Welcome to this late morning taste challenge. Let's see if I get a little bit more light here. Not too much. We have Chivas Mizunara, introduced in 2014 by Chivas Brothers. Chivas Mizunara, no age statement. A portion of this whiskey is finished in Japanese Mizunara barrels. That's water oak barrels. This was bottled on May 11th, 2018, or November 5th, 2018. I don't know how they're writing it, but it was in 2018, this particular bottle. And I bought this at Savannah Discount for the incredibly low price of $17.99. It's normally about $48 to $54 a bottle. True story. Total Wine and More. Check them out. They'll show you. Dewar's blended Scotch whiskey, illegal smooth mescal cask finish. Product of Scotland. This is finished. It's aged 8 years and finished in mescal, illegal mescal barrels, casks, barrels. Call them casks in Scotland. Finished for extra smoothness. All right. 28th day of 2020. John Dewar and Sons, Scotland. All right. John Jr. and Tommy Dewar, 3 Ds. And they have awards on the back. All right. So Chivas Brothers wanted to do if you want to call it a gimmick whiskey. That word doesn't bother me, okay? Like some people are offended by that. That's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Well, you know, okay. But I'm going to call it what they're calling a special edition whiskey, okay? A special edition whiskey. It makes a slight difference to age it, to finish it in the Japanese water oak barrels, okay? Is it a profound difference? I haven't noticed that. It does give it a little more flavor, though, than the very bland Chivas Regal, I find. It's got the aquamarine, white, and gold color scheme. All right. Whoops. Poured it in the wrong glass with the D label. Let me go rinse this real fast. No, I was forgetting something. Smells good. So here is the Dewar's. Getting through the bottle. Thank you, David Garby. He gave this to me for a Christmas present. I gave him one. I gave him the Dickel 9-year age. High proof bourbon. I think it was like 103 proof, something like that. And he said, yeah, that stuff's good. All right. The Chivas is lighter. Definitely a lighter shade of gold. So this one's more amber. This one's gold, you can see. So I got to watch that. In fact, I can't look. I'm not going to read the tasting notes. Although I know the illegal smooth is like honey top white bread crust and bell pepper. It's weird. Mostly just cereal grain and a whiff of smoke. The Mizunara, there was some characteristic about it, but I can't remember what it was. It made it differentiated from the others. It was like a little twang, or like I think I said honey top bread crust too, so could be hard. Dewar's, $20 a bottle. And the Dewar's Illegal Mescal, $20 a bottle, rounding off. And Chivas Mizunara about $54 a bottle, but I'll check on that price if I can remember after I do the taste challenge just to be sure. All right, so here we go. Alcoholic alcohol cereal grain. I mean, really, it's like grain alcohol, ethanol, and cereal grain. Like I said, the grown-up cereal, like Special K, grape nuts, and that kind of thing. Bran flakes, which is fine. Whoops. A little honey, maybe, in fainter cereal grain. So the main thing about these two, there's not a whole lot of aroma either. You know, they just don't have much aroma. They're kind of bland, but I knew that already. They're not bad, but if you're thinking, oh yeah, Scotch is so smoky, sometimes it is. In this case, it really isn't. There's a wisp in one, and I don't think there's any in the other. So just think of cereal grain. Not that different from American blended whiskeys, honestly, just without the kind of badness sometimes that those have, and then you know, weirdness. And then of course, if you get Seagram 7 Crown American blended whiskey, it's going to have a bourbon flavor, the charred oak and the sweet corn, you understand, the vanilla, because it's 25% straight bourbon. Talking about the Seagram 7 Crown. What bourbon? Well, I don't know. Could be, well, it says straight whiskey. Could be Dickel. All right, taste. Or bullet. Definitely picking up smoke there. Little honey, bread, crust, honey, bread crust. Bell pepper, I don't know about that. But there's a wisp, W-I-S-P, wisp of smoke. Let's go over here with this taste. It's got that little twang to it, which is hard to describe. It's like oak, I guess. It's like a wood, kind of maybe a harshness to it, but no smoke. So that's the Chivas Mizunara here. And this is the Dewar's Illegal Smooth finish in Mescal. So finish in Japanese oak, finish in Mescal barrels or casks, as they say in Scotland. So I'm going to call it now. Which one's better? Well, I guess the Dewar's is better by just a tick. Like if it was a 100-point scale, it would be 1 point better. With the Chivas Regal, the regular one, the 12-year, it's probably 4 to 5 points better on a 100-point scale. It's not that far ahead. But in price, it kills it on price. $20 versus $34 or $54. I'm going to look that price up. So I'm saying this is the Dewar's. Dewar's white label is really nice, kind of dull, but really nice. The Dewar's 12 is super nice. Well, maybe not super nice, but nice. Very good. And I got the greatest deal in the history of the world on that one. You'll see when I get to it in a few months. By the end of the year, you'll be like, oh, no, you're lying. I'm not lying. Okay. But my experience so far with Dewar's has been quite popular. Not popular. That doesn't make any sense. Quite positive. I meant to say positive. I'm thinking ahead. Positive. All right. So D for Dewar's. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. I got it. I did it. Would I recommend both? Yeah, but I don't know about $54 for the Chivas. Let's see what they say. Perfect marriage, indulgent whiskey, touch of spice. Yeah, that's what it is, like a touch of spice. Okay, tasting notes. Rich and fruity, presenting aromas of pear and orange. Yeah. I'm not seeing all that, but I'm not an expert, a whiskey smelling expert. Taste smooth and rich. It is relatively smooth, rich with honey, sweetness, and a trace of hazelnut. Huh. I don't know. All right. Distinctive and spicy. Yeah, spicy. Warm amber color. Yep. All right. Let's see. Total wine and more. Already talked about the Dewars, and that is Dewar's Caribbean Smooth. That's got me wanting to buy it, but I got too much backstock. They still have it. I'll get it. Age 8 years. Okay. A blend of up to 40. They didn't say 40, they say up to 40. But you would assume they're not changing the recipe each bottling, huh? 40 single malts and grain whiskeys that have been aged for at least 8 years and then double aged. Age at least 8 years and then double aged. I don't understand what that means. Before being finished in ex-Caribbean rum casks. Well, that makes sense. That would be obviously Bacardi rum or Castillo rum, something like that, for up to 6 months, creating a Caribbean smooth finish. I got to check on that one. I'm not going to spend time on that because, well, I don't even have the bottle. Let's see, total wine. All right. Chivas Mizunara. See, I got a $429 bottle of Chivas. We could not find Chivas Mizunara, but it is available in other stores. Let's see, search all stores. Baybrook, Texas. I guess there's somewhere by Houston. I don't know. $45.99. Well, a lot lower. I was saying 48 to 54. But it might have been dropped. It might be dropping the price because I don't know. I get a feeling they're about to close this out. Yeah, I think it's going to be gone. I bet you in a few months you'll check the Chivas Regal website. It won't be listed. But maybe I'm wrong. 93 out of 100. Badge. Let's see, one more thing, and I'm getting off Highland Mist. Highland Mist is coming up next on Saturday morning, God willing. That's been around since 1957. Oh, the price for this big old jug bottle for $14.99. Sounds madness, like madness, but it's the truth. Is it really good and worth it? I wouldn't go that. It's not really good, but it's actually not as bad as you might believe. You might say Highland Mist. That must be the nadir. You know, it must be the most horrendous thing ever. But it isn't really. It's been on the market for over 60 years, going on 70, but 60 years, 64 years. And it's not as bad as you might believe, but that's coming up tomorrow. So, well. Neither one of these is extraordinary. Have I had an extraordinary Scotch? Well, not really. I think the Ardbeg 10 is probably the most interesting and delicious one I've had so far. My friend David has it. I hadn't bought it yet. Certainly intend to, because I'm doing this single malt project. That's my kind of thing, that rich smokiness, that iodine medicine taste. Yeah, that's really got some qualities that I enjoy. Most of these Scotch whiskeys that I have are fine. You know, they don't taste bad or anything, like some people will say, but they just kind of like ho hum, like cereal grain, which is what they are. Are the single malts that I have much better? Not really. It's just a different flavor profile, like, you know, white bread dough from single malt whiskey, as opposed to these unmalted cereal grains, but column stilled. But they're fine. I mean, you could make a video show like what's the best cheap whiskeys. You could do Canadian, Irish, Scotch, American, Japanese. But I guess there are no cheap Japanese whiskeys that we can get. There's some over there, I'm sure, but we don't get them. But I suppose that's your four main areas. It's not the only areas. Got Spanish whiskey. They were like that Beam Centurions, that blended Spanish whiskey. Was it DYI or something? But your main areas: United States of America, Canada, Ireland, and Scotland. The blendeds are about the same. Bourbon is unique because nothing tastes like it. Single malt, like Islay Scotch, is unique because nothing tastes like that. Irish whiskey, well, Irish whiskey is very demure, or if you want to say dull. Kind of like what I'm drinking here today, but not bad. Not the Bushmills Black, the Red Bush, the Drum Castle, which I don't have any more of that. That was really nice. I should have kept some. I wasn't taste challenging back then, though. That was a big mistake. Oh well, I can get some more of it if I want. Patties. Oh yeah, it's all right. I bought another one. Doohans. Everybody said, buy it, Doohans. They wanted to see. I don't know why the people wanted to see this obscure Doohans, but I bought it. That's coming up in the next Irish Taste Challenge. So what do we have left on Scotch, blended Scotch? Well, I'll tell you. We've got Highland Mist, then Inverhouse Green Plaid from, I think, 1960 or 61. I have to check my stats on that, my dates. Sir Malcolm from 1967, and Piper Dean from 2016. I guess of that lot, they're all cheapos. I guess of those, the best would be the that's a question. The Sir Malcolm, yeah. Sir Malcolm it seemed like it has a higher percentage of single malt whiskey, which is why it's got that bread dough taste. Now, anybody want to see, I don't have too many people watching this time of day. Most people are at work. I'm off today. Anybody want to see some crazy beers I've got coming up? If you're interested, I'll count down to 0, and if you don't say anything, I'll just get off of this and go. I got some stuff I want to go do. But I got some kind of wild beers, but 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, never mind. We'll bring those in when we do solo reviews. But there's a lot of beers to get, to say the least. Oh, you caught me at the last second. Guitar Ninja Ninjaroi. Guitar. Am I reading this right? Guitar Ninjarai. Okay, you insist. Caught it at the last possible second, too. I'll tell you that much. Be right back. He's laughing. All right. Guitar Ninja Rod. Well, one thing I have is, well, I've been looking for this. I wanted to get the bottles, but I got the can in Mississippi. These do exist in Louisiana, but you got to get a whole 6-pack, and the bottles are small, and you feel like you're getting ripped off. This is a decently sized can, but not the best size, but it's a 19.2 ounce can, a pint plus 3.2 ounces. It's strange. I don't know what this company's trying to pull, but I bought it because I didn't want to be looking around everywhere. It says 5.8% alcohol. Don't give the bitterness units. Premium cocktail prepared, made with ginger, beer, and lime. Now, this company, Cayman Jack, but it's not Cayman Jack. It's Mark Anthony Group, same people that make Mike's Hard and Mike's Harder. They doing these canned cocktails. They have the Moscow Mule and then the Cayman Jack Margarita, which is what we've been getting around here in the New Orleans area. But now the Moscow Mule's starting to show up a little bit. It's crafted to remove gluten, and it's produced in the United States at 3 different breweries: Rochester, New York, Memphis, Tennessee, and La Crosse, Wisconsin, under contract. Rochester is Genesee Brewing. Memphis, Tennessee, and La Crosse is City Brewing, which only does contracting. American Vintage Beverage Company. Well, all right, but it's Mark Anthony Group, the people that make Mike's Harder. But anyway, it's surprisingly good. They only use real cane sugar, no high fructose corn syrup, and all natural flavors. So it's all natural, all natural. You'd be surprised with this. I think it's really popular. It's really becoming popular. Why? Because it's good. It's good. You're going to pay more. Fine, but you're going to get better. Now, here's the really questionable stuff coming here. Four Loko Blue Raz Sour. That's that blue raspberry flavor sour. But really, they shouldn't call it sour. They should call it tart, I think. People say sour and tart is the same thing. I don't agree with that. Tart is like its own class of sensation, of taste, like acidic, puckering. Well, how do you describe it if you haven't experienced it? Sour to me is like sour cream, sour milk, orange juice that went sour, it's spoiled. Josh B, much better than the gold. Yeah, the gold had a strange flavor. People kept telling me they're trying to make it taste like Red Bull or whatever. I say, well, I never had Red Bull, so I don't know what that's supposed to taste like. I don't fool with those energy drinks. But this is Four Loko Sour. I think they should call it Four Loko Tart. But I've noticed that with a lot of sour beers. Could be Belgian sours, California sours, Prince Edward Island sours. They taste tart more than sour. So this is going to taste like tart blue raspberry, which there's no such thing as a blue raspberry, but it's just what they add blue food coloring and they make it taste weird. Like Kool-Aid, Weiler's, Flavor Aid type thing. Sour sounds better than tart. Well, see, it depends on the person. You might prefer sour. The other person might prefer tart. And there's some people prefer neither. They don't want either. 14% alcohol. I mean, there's no reason it should be that strong. But to be fair to the company, they're saying this contains 4 and about a 4.5 servings. So you're supposed to split it among friends and family, not drink the whole can. Well, I did do that with the sour apple and the sour grape. Luckily, I sipped it over hours and hours. It's still so incredibly strong and too strong. 254th day, all right, of 2020. And La Crosse at 11:39 a.m. There we go. Got the date, guys. See, they're shaving some of the volume. There was 23.5 ounces. It should be 24. It's half an ounce short of 2 full cans, regular beer cans. But that's how these companies operate. They cut corners here, there, and everywhere. But in this case, you're probably glad they cut corners because it's so strong. Artificial flavor and certified color. So everything about this is fake. Now, well, here's the next one, 12%. Used to be 14, but for whatever reason, they're still showing the 14% alcohol can on their website, but it is 12 now. Four Loko watermelon. Loco watermelon. That's what the flavor is. Loco watermelon. Yeah, it's artificially flavored and certified color, like a Jolly Rancher watermelon. People eat these kind of candy. I don't eat candy. Like I don't eat that kind of stuff. But oh, I suppose it can't hurt to try it. La Crosse, Wisconsin, Memphis, Tennessee, and Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Now, it's the same old contract brewers. They do everything. Sapporo beers, shoot. Asahi beers. Did Red Stripe for a while. They do all kind of stuff. They were doing the Guinness Blonde Lager for a while. The Peach Four Loko is the best one, but we don't get it here anymore. We can still get that, I think, around. They got some places where I can go get it. I might just do them all. I mean, people like when I do it. It's kind of fun to do it anyway. Because then you're not all uptight like, oh, look at me. I'm a beer reviewer. I'm reviewing beer because I'm so special. Then you can get away from all that kind of stuff. You could just say, oh, forget it. I'm just going to review it. I don't care. Now, is it a questionable product? Well, it's highly questionable. But then you could say that about candy, Jolly Rancher and all that. It's not exactly health food. It's not designed to drink every day. And now I noticed that was the criticism people were saying. It's too strong. It's too sweet. It's too candy-like. I could never drink it every day. I started thinking. I said, but is this really designed to drink every day? Or is it designed for just like a little frivolous thing every once in a while? Because you wouldn't want to eat birthday cake every day. And I said, I'm starting to grasp the concept. It only took me 25 years to grasp the concept, but I'm starting to grasp it. Well, 24 years. I had to admit, when I did the sour apple and the sour grape and the gold, and now these two, I had to admit, because I want to do honest beer reviews. I don't want to do like political, like I'm positioning myself. Let me make sure I look good so I get more views and more subs and I can sell my merch. No, I'm not going to be that person. I'll never be that person. I don't care about that. I said, I got to be honest. You could see the quality control was there. I mean, City Brewing, Latrobe, Genesee, in New York. They know what they're doing. Those people produce beer all day long, all night long, 24 hours a day, really 7 days a week. So it's not a craft over there. It's a science. It's an algorithm. It just follow the recipe and it'll come out. I had to admit, I didn't want to admit it. I wanted to say that the stuff was horrendous and terrible and trash, garbage, filth, scum of the earth, atrocity of all products. But I say no. They're very difficult to review. Very difficult. Very difficult. But I said, honestly, I could not say they were bad. They were exactly what they were designed to be. A candy flavored, high alcohol, weaponized beer-based product. You know what I'm saying? So, and they do it to perfection. I just don't like what they're doing. But, that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if I like what they're doing. It doesn't matter if I like the target audience or the fact that they're targeting, all companies target an audience. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to like any of it. I just say, is it design? Does the final product reflect what they intended it to be? And the answer is yes. So anyway, they're coming up. It's probably going to be slow. Maybe I'll do one in February and one in March. Maybe one early February, one later. I don't want to drink too much of this thing. Cheers, sir, says Craft Beer Pours. Hey, Brandon. Mackerel says, I just rode my bike to Sprouts and got 6 12-ounce bottles of Breckenridge Brewery Vanilla Porter 5.4. I would buy that. I would buy it. But we can't get it here in Louisiana yet. Those Camo beers seem like the worst tasting thing ever. Yeah, those were really bad. Those were bad because those were 14%. No, 12%. Regular beers, just regular water, barley malt, probably corn syrup, corn products, hop extract, and yeast. But they were just monstrously bad. They weren't masked. They weren't taking it and making it an odorless beer-based product and masking it with flavoring. No, they were just straight. This is what you get with the cheapest. You know, this it's like this is what you get with the cheapest grains, the reject grains probably that don't measure up to any other company standards and the everything, and that's what you get. And it's really like if you're an old bum and you just want to get 12% alcohol in your system. And maybe those people that drink that mix it with something, like they mix it with Hawaiian punch or Delaware punch. I get that feeling because I don't know how you could drink that straight. I just don't see it. I don't see it. But anyway, be that as it may, the two scotches were very nice, not world class or any kind of extraordinary thing, but very nice. Nice, just like most products. They're nice, but nothing to get excited about. All right, thanks for watching. So then Saturday morning, the plan is Dewar's Illegal Smooth versus Highland Mist. Then Sunday morning, Dewar's Illegal Smooth versus Inverhouse Green Plaid. Monday, Dewar's Illegal Smooth versus Sir Malcolm, Royal Club. And then closing it out, Tuesday, the Dewar's Illegal Smooth versus Piper Dean, which actually performs better than you would believe. So that'll end it, and then we'll be into brandy. We'll be into brandy. That won't last long. I don't have that many brandies. And then we'll be into rum, white rum. That'll last a long time. I got so many. And then we'll pivot back to whiskey with rye whiskey. Yes, and I have Old Overholt straight rye whiskey. And some of those are not straight rye. Some of the ones I have are not straight rye, like the Dickel. It's not straight rye. It's just rye. Have a good one. You too, Josh. And take care, says Guitar Ninja Roy. Whatever. You too, man. Thanks, everybody.